Hello, hello. How you doing today? I guess after a while I'll get up and turn the light on. I hope y'all are having a good. Hey, T. Sherelle. Um. Oh, T. Sherelle. I will start off. I will start off with this. How was your Christmas? Hopefully your Christmas was great. And on top of it, I don't do Christmas. You know how like you slowing down and you're moving away from it, but you haven't completely like severed it. There's still some things that I love about it, but it's like almost like a habit that you got or something, and it's slowly being removed. So although I like it in like the hustle and bustle of it or whatever, but like the gig is up, like I don't go out and break my pockets and all of that stuff, and then be worrying about how I'm gonna pay my bills next and all of that. And I don't do that. Hey, Bumble. Hey, Be Humble. I love these names that be coming through. But T. Sherelle, yesterday my day started off very, very good, and the only thing I did, I was out in the garden and just conversating with everybody. Hey, Twilight Gardner. You finally caught me live. Um, I was out in the garden yesterday morning, and I really enjoyed myself. All I did was I was out um fertilizing and everything like that, but the conversations can sometimes get deep out in the garden. But I truly enjoyed that. I enjoyed the people that was on here talking and everything. And then um like it got later on in the night, like when it got time to spend time with the kids, and it's just like not that it was the kids or anything, but in my night just went downhill. I could have just had what I had yesterday morning, and then the rest could have. Mm-mm. Yeah, so my night didn't end that well. It wasn't the worst either, but it just didn't end that well. And if you seen my last short from last night, it speak a lot into why my night didn't go that well. My ex went on a trip, and he was constantly sending me pictures from there. And then today he sent me a video with a girl, and he texted me. I enjoy it. I enjoy it with her. Ooh, no, he didn't. Well, then what would cause see, if somebody sent you, if your ex sent you that, let me say, um I ain't gonna even try to butcher your name. I really am not, but Anashika, I think I'm close. So you know who I'm talking to. Your ex went on a trip, and he was constantly sending you pictures from there. And then the day he sent me a video with a girl, and he texted me, I enjoyed with her. Why you think he's sending you? He looking for a reaction or something to come out of you. And if you give it to him, then you gave him just what he want. What you should have told him in return was, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, because even though like people be trying to get up in your skin, when they send you something like that right there, it is to absolutely. What I call that is, I call that somebody trying to send you something to make your ass itch. And what you do is you do to them what they was expecting for to happen to you. You make their ass itch instead, because evidently he got a reaction from out of you before, and he was kind of looking for that same thing. Uh, so give it back to him. Yeah, don't let them bother you with that. I did not see your live from last night. No, I didn't do a live last night. I did a short. I did my live yesterday. Who is speaking? I can't see nobody. It's Tashanna speaking. You can't see me. I'm right here. Who's speaking? It ain't tell you what my name was when you came in the live. It is me. He was trying to make her jealous. Absolutely, he was trying to make her jealous. And sometimes, we as women, when people be doing stuff like our emotions get the best of us. But if you can stop and pause for a minute and just think about what are they trying to get from sharing that with me? Because if you truly moved on to the next person, then why would you be sharing with your ex what you doing with your next? It don't make sense. Why would you share anything with him? So obviously he's doing something trying to make it get up on the skin. And truth be told, he care about you more than you care to realize. And the thing is, it's when he trying to do something like that in the way to hurt you, run, girl, run. You don't need them. You don't need them. Hey, Music Bird, how you doing? Um, he was trying to make her jealous. For F's sake, weedy that fence. Um, popping big shot bubbles. You bring your ass over here and weed it for me while you worried about a fence. I got a whole. I'm on whole 2 acres. I got a whole bunch of work for you to do. You need to do some weed eating. Golly. And you looking that hard, you looking out there, and those are actually beans out there. Those are actually beans that's right there growing. You ain't got no other place to be. Like maybe running in some traffic or something somewhere. Oh, Anna Sticker, I'm sorry. You said I was so sweet and then I just went like a little sour patch kid or something like that. I'm so sorry. But usually I am very, very sweet. But all the time you got to get somebody that try to come in here and just do. Oh, and see, I thought I was gonna have to go back and touch him a little bit my own self, but you know what? God always put somebody right on in the way to go ahead and handle that for him. See, I ain't even have to touch him. Hey, sister. Okay, say that louder for the ones in the back. And usually when I come on here, I don't have to be on here and argue with. I don't have to be on here and argue with nobody, but and that doesn't even bother me that you say they need to weed eat. Hell, I can show you the whole yard. The whole yard need to be cut. I just don't feel like doing it, and obviously nobody else here don't feel like doing it. And I can walk, long as I ain't swimming in the grass and ain't no snakes coming at me. I ain't worried about. I ain't worried about that. I am not worried about that. uh, um, I'm good. But what's the topic for today? Child, I don't know what the topic is for today, but I figured that it'll be some questions and stuff from somewhere. I'm trying to keep my streak going, coming on here and talking. We talk about everything. Hey, Corinne, how you doing? Hey, you looking happy? I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm good. I ain't extremely happy, but I sound like right now though. I haven't had such a bad day. It's raining here, Lord. I love the rain, be humble. I love it. Hey, my love, what's up with you? Hey, Seneca Bradley. I'm doing fine. I hope you are doing the same. Is it raining there? No, it is not raining here. It just look real gloomy. We got the fire. The fire pit is going right out here outside. That little brown thing that you see sitting right there, that's the fire pit, and it got some stuff. That's what we did last. That's what I did last night. I'm going to subscribe. Thank you very much. Hello, I know that's right. You look good too, girl. Thank you, sis. Thank you. Doing great since you said hello. Tell me about you. Seneca Bradley. There's so much to tell. Where you want me to start at? Like, how did I start this page, or where? What you want to know? Ask me a question. I answer it. And the questions that I don't want to answer, I know how to easily say, I ain't gonna answer that. We gonna finish out this year with peace and prosperity. Be humble. I am so looking forward to it because for the past 3 days I've been listening to like other people's lives and stuff like that, and it's like everywhere I go, it's like nothing but encouragement. And the last place I heard is that if you have 2 years of like a lot of bad things happening in your life, then this next year coming up is going to be amazing. So I can say that this year was definitely better than last year. But to be honest with you, neither one of them was that great. It was just the year before was I was in situations where I could possibly go to jail, situations where stuff like that. But then the next thing was it was fighting and stuff like that. And when I look at it and everything, I never thought, and this is something that my uncle said to me. My uncle was very disappointed in me because last year I fought twice. So my uncle was like, Tashanna, I'm so disappointed in you because he said, I can't believe you wait to get to 48 years old to be out here fighting with somebody. And just because, child, look at somebody little chihuahua done came up under my fence. You do not live here. Go home. Go. Don't look back at nobody. I say no, you go home. I don't want nobody else dog. You see this? He coming over here to me. Get out of here for one of the other dogs come out. Go home. Go home. Lord, he endangered him. Go home. We got a slight interruption. I say go home. Get out of here. Go. He speaks Spanish. That's why he didn't understand what I was saying. That dog speaks Spanish. He don't understand nothing I was saying. Oh, he speaks Spanish. When his people started calling him, then he took off running. They speaking Spanish out there, and he trying to chill. I'm telling him to go, and he coming on over. He coming on over here. He a little old bitty tiny dog, but he come over here. He come over here all the time. Um, I don't forgot what I was saying, but anyways, let me go back up here and read. Yeah. But what I was saying was, yeah, this year was better than what it was last year. Didn't mean that I didn't have. I was faced with a lot of different other challenges. Like I'm going through in my marriage right now. Me and my husband is separated. So, and I seen somebody ask the question, am I married? Yes, I am married. Have been for 20 plus years. Um, and been separated now for about 6, almost 7 months. So, but yeah, been facing with a lot of things. I am one over here that we talk about on this page. I have a lot of childhood trauma. Um, those things have been popping up in my life lately. And not lately, like for the past five, 6 years, those things been popping up unexpectedly. So I've been dealing with that stuff. Um, a lot of challenges. Like for instance, when I say dealing with that type of stuff, the stuff is popping up. Like I thought, like you can bury that type of stuff and like leave it behind or whatever. You just don't think about it no more or whatever. You keep it pushed out of your mind. I feel like if you can do that right there, then like you over it or whatever. So I never like went to counseling or no nothing like that. But like little situations would come up, and when I least expect it to pop up, or say like one of the examples that I have on here, I never thought in a million years I'd be at my funeralizing my mom, and then one of my violators showed up at my mama's funeral. I'd be on the telephone talking to somebody. One of the other violators in the back of them. There's 7+ violators throughout my childhood, it's happening from age 5, between 5 and 6, and on up. So that's kind of like, we get into conversations like that, but mostly my page is about my life, point blank, period. And life is like a box of chocolate. You don't never know what you're gonna get from day to day that you get up, but you just keep on getting up and you just keep living every single day. That's kind of like the gist of, you know, the things, what you want me what you want me to know. Everything, if you're willing to go back and look at all the videos. It's 3:30 a.m. here. I was sobbing because of what my ex did. I feel so much better now. Yeah, that's Anashika, that's just what he wants you to do. He wants you to be in a place where he can send you some stuff like that, and maybe you should hit that block list where he won't be able to send you any more of that stuff like that, because that's just where he wants you to be at, sobbing about that. Somebody who trying to hurt you and stuff in that way ain't no use for him. But I also understand too on the other side, and I ain't gonna sit here and talk to you like I ain't never been through no crazy stuff like that, because where you come from sometimes can predict what your future gonna look like. And do you have to stay there? No, you absolutely do not have to stay there. But as long as you're willing to accept it, they'll be willing to dish it out to you. So hopefully this is like a little encouragement for you to be able to move on, because people only can do to you what you allow them to do to you. Get me one time, shame on you. Get me 2 times. So don't let them do it to you 2 times, girl. Don't let them do it. Within the last 2 years, I decided to walk in my truth. Ooh, 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 ooh. And sometimes the truth, ooh. Let me finish reading your. Let me finish reading your. Within the last 2 years, I decided to walk in my truth and be free. You bless me with your truth, although there are layers. Your truth is bringing about great healing. Twilight Gardner, I can tell you, sometimes my truth is deeper than what it actually is, and like I be holding back from it because I'm not one that I don't like to hurt people, but in my life it feel like everybody love to try to hurt me. That's what it feel like. And then it's like when it come back to me giving it to them, is then like I don't really want to like give it to them. But then there's like levels to it, because like I don't want to give it to them, but if they get me mad enough, it almost turns like I'm ready to take them out. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like I don't want to go there, but it's like it go from me not wanting to hurt somebody, then I jump way over here to while I'm ready to do something that's gonna cause me a whole lot of problems. And so I don't want that anymore. So I try to like just be right in the truth of whatever it is that I'm living in the moment. There's been a lot of things that I done came on here and discussed with y'all. And one of the things I never thought that I would discuss in this way is me being separated at this time. Um but it is what it is. It's what I'm living in right now, the truth that I'm going through at this moment. And right now, um I actually I actually could change it. I could change it. Um, but guess what? If I'm living in my truth, I'll say I don't want to change it. I don't want to change it. At this moment, I'm fine with being by myself. Um and not being with my husband. It is what it is. That's the truth that I'm walking in right now. Now, if you'd have caught me probably about 2 or 3 months ago down the line, I wouldn't. Do I want our marriage to be dissolved or whatever? No, I actually don't. But I don't want the same thing that I've been getting. Like I'm very considerate of how he feels or how he like things done or whatever, and I get no consideration. So I don't got time. I don't got no time for that. For me, I just rather be over here in the little shed that I'm in and be by myself, and I'm fine. I'm fine with that until God say something different for me. It is what it is. Um right, this year has been a journey. It has absolutely this year has been a journey for me. This year is I've never jumped up and like left my kids like for a month at a time without like a discussion or something like that. I done got up several times this year and jumped on the train and left and went to a whole nother state to get away and everything several times. Even my husband told me he couldn't believe that I did it, which also says to me that you used to me taking your garbage and just sit there in it and let you do to me whatever it is that you want to do. And right now, I ain't got it for you. Um, I don't really have it for anybody. Like I don't have any patience, and I feel like the more and more like I keep going along, it's like this season in my life, like I'm supposed to be by myself right now. And being by yourself is not a bad thing, especially even for me. Um, you can be around a whole bunch of people and then a lot of them don't even like you anyways. They don't even like you. They just around you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then if they do like you, nah, I'm gonna just keep it just like that. It's like they're around you and they really don't like you. They just like the things that you do for them. And so for me, that feels like that's the type of family that I grew up in. It's like nobody didn't really care about me, especially going back and looking at the things that happened to me and how they happened to me. It feel like things was set up for my life. It was like I was meant they was trying to cause harm to me. And while everybody was smiling in my face pretending like they like me, they didn't like me. They like the things I did, like keep all of their children, um, and not have to worry about them being out in the streets and all of that stuff. Well, we can drop them off over there. Tashanna, she can take all of them, which I ended up raising 14 children. So, I mean, yeah. um, I've been married for 20 years, but we grew apart, but we still best friends. I'm getting a divorce now. Wow, Seneca Bradley. You are gorgeous, my love. He messed up. He messed up with you. Thank you very much. It's like I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that you put 20 years of your life into that, and I'm hoping that that's not where my situation go. I'm hoping that I'm hoping that it doesn't go there. But at this moment, I'm just like I feel numb. I feel numb at this moment, if that makes sense to anybody. Like I just feel numb. It's like I've been going through the garbage forever in a day. And I can't even say like it's like no over the top stuff like um no cheating or anything like that. Not that I know of, but it don't even take any of that when a person is disregards everything about you, or they act or treats you like they hate everything about you. And I just feel like um if a person does not respect like the friends you have, the people you talk to on your phone, when you hanging around your family and everything, it's just like everything you do, they hate everything that you do. If you hate everything I do and everybody who I be around, I mean nobody, you don't like nobody, you don't like nothing that I do. To me, that like is saying to me like you hate everything about me, so you gotta hate me too. It's just I don't know. And then I heard somebody said that sometimes when you're in a relationship, and I think it was TT that might have said it. I don't know. TT, was it you that said that? Because I was reading some of those comments last night. But I just didn't want to. I really ain't want to have the conversation about it last night because I could have hit the live last night and I would have been yeah, I that live would have probably went left last night if I would have hit the live button. Um I was in the bushes, had to drop down. It's a lot of us in this situation. I'm still here. He offers me an amazing lifestyle I'm not willing to part with. Well, for me, it's like I don't feel anything. And sometimes I feel like the way you just explained that, TT, like those kind of feelings like that show up. And I'm almost disappointed that I feel like that, especially coming from where I came from. This is how I always explain it. In the beginning of me and his relationship, this nigga don't even understand. Y'all ever seen Coming to America? I know y'all done seen Coming to America where the girl in the video and she was on there and he was telling hop on one foot and everything. In the beginning, that could have totally been me. I would have done anything. I'd have hopped on one foot and barked like a dog if he asked me to. It's just the sad thing is he never knew what he had, and now, um, is that after I done stuck myself out there and been rejected so many times with hatred, and I don't have it anymore. And sometimes when I sit and think about it and think about all the work and stuff that I put in, it's like I feel so disappointed that this is where I am. But guess what? It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing that I can do to change it. I feel the way that I feel, and I don't feel anything. I don't feel anything. I'm sad because when you think about it, you don't get married for it to dissolve, and you thought that it's going to work out. But it's like in this time, like all I can think about is me. It's like when he's there, it's just like there is nothing. I don't want anything from him. I don't want to give anything. For me, I just feel like it's done. It's like with everything that happened when I got on that train the first time, it was like I'm so fed up because all my life, everything that I said, everything that I did, and it didn't matter what it was, it's always a manipulation. If I'm doing a good thing, I'm always told I'm doing a bad thing. If I'm doing a bad thing, then I ain't got you're right there with it or whatever, but anything that I do good and I know that I'm doing a good thing. And it just like last night, I was just thinking about a whole bunch of stuff that hit me. I can remember even one time and him telling me, I cooked this one time and he was like, "You ain't fixing me no plate." And I was like, "Well, you ain't fixing me no plate." But at this time, it's like I've been talked down to so many bad kinds of ways, and I'm like tired of I cook this meal over here, then I gotta cook two meals. Like me, every meal I cook is like I'm cooking two meals, this meal, two meals, this meal. And it was just like it, so it got to a point to where like I didn't feel any appreciation. So I can't keep I can't keep doing it. I'm not gonna keep doing it. And so it's like this one time it's like, oh, so you ain't fixed me no plate. I say, well, me and the kids going somewhere, so I made them something quick. And on this one night I cooked some baked beans and hot dogs real quick. The kids loved it or whatever. And I was just like, I ain't really worried about this right here. You've been talking down to me and some other things had done happened in the week. So I was like, nah, I ain't fix you no plate. He told me, he said, I don't give a damn if I don't eat what you cook or whatever. You better fix me a plate and let me throw it in the garbage. So, just me thinking about those things, then just the last couple of things that like we've been through, it's like I'm not the same person no more. I'm not the same no more. It's just like I can't take it no more. So it's just like I don't got no room for no extra stuff. And then when you keep looking for the person to change and switch it up some, and then you don't never see nothing change, I, I'm where I am and I ain't trying to change where I am right now either. I'm fine with where I'm at. I'm fine with sleeping by myself every single night and nothing but silence. I'm fine with going to sleep and nobody trying to touch on me at nighttime while I'm sleeping. No, none of that. I don't need none of that right now. Not saying that I would never need it because I love me some good now, but yeah, I just at this time it's like life is way more. It's way more than that. I done put up with that my whole life. Hell, I done dealt with. I ain't never as a little child, I couldn't sleep at nighttime when I inside the house with all the people that lived in me. Somebody is on top of you, hunching on you at nighttime while you sleep. It's somebody who you related to, and all of this kind of stuff. So yeah, no, I'm through with that. You are so right. Being kind to bad people always put the kind people in the bad space. And I can go on and on all day with with different things. Like I got a family member that I was taking care of, fixing them full meals 3 times a day and all of that stuff, and then got their nose turned up and everything. Can't walk, couldn't do nothing, couldn't even wipe their own ass and everything, but treated me like garbage. And I'm the only one that was there to like help them out. I did that and did that and did that, and you don't even know how many times I can sit here for hours and hours and go on and on about how many times I let a person who was disabled slap me over and over and over again, stepped on me like I was they stepping stool, and been doing stuff to me ever since I was a little kid. But some kind of way, I still figured out like how to help them out and everything. And then it just all started happening like more and more and more, and it just keep getting heavier and heavier till now I ain't got. And then another thing is these people, I've told my husband knows some of the stories about him, and then you find out later that he went and talked to some of those people about me behind my back, and I'm like, how dare you go and talk to a. See, I be trying to like not be doing all the cussing. I be trying to slow down and stuff all that because for the most part I like talk calm and everything. But then when I go to thinking about like all of the stuff that I've been through, and I'm not totally putting the blame on anybody else. It's like I take the accountability because I could see like these people had opportunities over and over and over again to do stuff to me, and it's just like I just allowed it and allowed it and allowed it until like I can't take it no more. I can't. I'm 6'1", brown skin, pretty brown eyes, weigh 165 pounds, 2 jobs, and I'm 44 years old with no kids in Chicago. All right, Seneca, who you trying to sell yourself to over here? Cause what who you trying? Oh, roll it and sell it. I don't know who I don't know who you're selling it to. Y'all seen what Seneca say? They say they 6'1", brown skin with pretty eyes, and they weigh 165 pounds, and they got 2 jobs, and they 44 years old and no kids. Now, see, that's one of the things when I met my husband, I had 4 children already. I had 4 children already, and he stepped into my life at a an amazing time, and I will never not give him credit for that. Those boys needed it because that's all I had at the time. I had 4 boys at that time, and they needed a man because God knows they would have been very emotional and probably have been undone a whole bunch of stuff they ain't had no business doing by now if they wouldn't have had a man to come into their life and do the things that they needed. I will always be grateful to him for that, but it's like I feel like just because he stepped in and he did that, then it's almost like you owe me forever because of that. So um I don't know, maybe there's a good catch out for you somewhere, cynical. Tell me. I say a lot. I can give good advice, but don't use it myself. I, I can too, but let me tell you something, TT, that changed that. Um, I had again. I told you about the 14 children I raised, and one of them was my sister. My sister was I had never had a child that old, but when my mom passed away, my sister was 15 years old. So now I'm raising a child that I don't even have a child this age yet, and at this moment, I have to step into um being a mother of a 15-year-old, and I'm only in my 20s at this time. And so what I had to do was whenever things I would speak to her and tell her things to do, I also knew that I had to be an example. And so whenever I speak to, and there's a lot of women in my family that I speak to, well, not right now because I done cut a whole bunch of people off. Like I don't really be talking to nobody. I can tell you right now, in this point in my life, I probably talk to like maybe 2 or 3 people, if that. Period. That's just where I am right now in my life. Is just like I don't have it. You sometimes you literally have to cut everybody else so you don't pay so much attention to what's going on in everybody's life. You need to focus on your own life because shit ain't going right in your own life. So that's where I am right now. But me trying to teach my sister, my sister Shalissa, she was she was 15 when my mom passed away, but me trying to teach her stuff, I automatically knew that if I was going to be telling her these different things about how she moved out here in these streets, I had to be the example for moving in that way if I was going to be able to tell her that's how she need to do X, Y, and Z. So me myself, I move accordingly as the example that I want to be to like my girls. So if I'm gonna talk it, then I want to be able to walk it. That's how I started to um if I'm gonna give it to them, if that's the advice I'm gonna be giving to them, then it gotta be good for me too. So that's how I started to switch that up. I'm from Jamaica Estates. My dad's still there. Um, you're gorgeous. Thank you. Most men are like that. It's always one person more in love than the other. It seems you have him. That attention, no worries. Nobody law is going to do that. You made him important. Yeah, it's at the time it's like he was everything in the world to me. Everything. But it was like I can go back and look at it, and some of the things that I went through, like literally, y'all don't even know. Like I be in here by myself at nighttime and I go to thinking about those things. Um, makes me very sad that, and I used to say, girl, you're so stupid. You went through that stuff over and over again. all of that stuff that you went through is like the demands, like, let's just say like this right here. Like, if I had to go to the hospital for something, I would get dropped off at the hospital. But if he went to the hospital for something, then I got to stay there with him. And I was always taught that you treat people the way you wanted to be treated. And I can tell you, it's been some pretty important times that um I needed him to be there for me, and he wasn't. Um, so it's just like it's so many things that I've been through, and it's just like I just feel like a lot of that stuff was not reciprocated. It just all I got was nastiness. So for me, like now I ain't looking I'm not looking for anything. Nothing at all. Um my husband taught me that seems as if you're emotionally bankrupt. I am. I'm emotionally bankrupt. I am. Like, y'all done seen me losing on here a couple of times. And that really is not me on a day-to-day base on a day-to-day basis. Like I try and stay like straight across because my mind doesn't think like it don't go like steady on an incline like that. I try and stay away from anger point blank period. Because it's like I can be here and then I'm here. And I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like being in that kind of place because a lot of the things that I think about doing really, really bad things about, it's like a big jumble of everything that done happen in your life. Is like it all come clashing together at one time, and then it make you do stuff that's like so stupid, irrational, things like that. And so I don't even like to think or be on that type of level with anything. Because to me it ain't worth it. Where I come from is like I come from like the attitude of I'm willing to die for this. And I don't want that's not the space that I want to be in. I want to be in the space of I want to live. Um I want to live. Um I've never had the happy life. And I feel like right now I'm the happiest. Even though I'm not that happy, I'm the happiest I've ever been. It just is what it is. I'm 44 years old. I love older women like yourself. I will treat you right. No, I'm Seneca Bradley. You see what I think about that, Seneca, is that I wouldn't even try and start a relationship with anybody. I ain't looking for nobody. I don't care about nobody else. So I don't know what you're trying to do or whatever, but it's best like you better be talking to one of these other people in the chat because I ain't it. I ain't with it. And me myself, um, one of the biggest issues that I've had before was that caused me a lot of problems was my mama messed around with a married man and had 3 children, and that relationship caused me hell before and after she passed away. And I feel I'm the type of person that feel like if you a married person and you enter into a relationship with another man with if you enter into a relationship with a married person, ain't nothing good gonna come out of that. Your shit was built on sand anyways. I like my stuff to be built on top of bricks and rocks. A solid foundation. I don't like shaky foundation, so um that ain't gonna work for me. And no, I don't need no young man. I'm so sorry. It's so exhausting. Yes, it is, KS. I got stories too. I just prayed and God did it for me. I took care of my mother, was there for my sisters, all of them and their kids. I got so sick, heart trouble, landed in the hospital, and that was it. That was another thing too with my mama. Um, it didn't matter what I said to her, what I told her. She ain't believe nothing that I said. I was just always the worst. I was looked at the worst of the worst. But then when situations got where it was like I still was that one, making sure everything was right, making sure like she had her medicines and everything. Me driving back and forth 2 hours to go and check on her in the hospital and all of that kind of stuff and everything. But no matter what I did, even like I done told y'all the story before where she said I slapped my sister and I did not slap her. My sister done confirmed the story that I didn't slap her. Me and her was playing like tag. Um, and it just like the more I tried to tell her that that's not what it was, it anyways, that situation ended her throwing my baby across, my 2-week-old baby, from one sofa to the next sofa, and her putting my head through a wall. And I was 15, maybe just had turned 15, but my baby was 2 weeks old. So it was just like stories like that over and over again that I have in my life. It was just like everywhere I went and turned, it was like I was looking to get ran over by any and everybody. And it's almost like I can look back in my life right now. It's like it was like everybody was sitting there with their hands rubbing together when I'm gonna get my turn, because I know I'm gonna get her next. I'm gonna get her next. That's how I kind of look at a lot of situations in my life, was just like I know she an easy one to run over. So hi Terry Price, thank you very much. I got better and left, went to my dream state. I'm here and my husband came with me. I left my house, cars, everything. Well, my husband came and bought all of my furniture and worldly goods and bought and bought followed behind you right now. And see, like right now in my situation, I feel like do I feel like he don't want me? No, I don't feel like he don't want me, but it's like now you want it and I don't want it. It's like I love him, but I'm not in love with him. It's like that type of situation. So, I wouldn't wish no harm or no nothing on him if something happened to him. Yeah, I would be hurt or whatever, but I'm saying like in love when where you want to be around somebody. You want hugs, you want kisses or not. No, I don't want none of that. None of that. It's like I'm straight. I raised my sister. My mom had a breakdown when I was 6. Um, she was 4. She's the biggest snake. I tried to get past it, but I couldn't. Long story. It was like the way how kids gonna be kids. Like I feel like a kid should be able to go and tell an adult anything that they want to tell them. It's up to the adult of how they deal with situations when they do it. And it's like with my sisters, like she could say something and it ain't even what she trying to say. It's like my mama wouldn't take the time to even try and understand or ask me a question. It was like whatever she said was what she said. I'm 11 and she's 3 or whatever. And it's like anything she would say to my mom that didn't seem right, it was like I was getting in trouble for it. But then at the end of the day, at 11 years old, I'm taking care of my mom kids, because she had 3 kids from a married man. So it's just like I'm taking care of all of them. Even at one point, dropping out of school, I'm home just watching kids, watching kids, watching kids. And then this another thing that I realized that the other week, um, my son threw in my face and he said, "Well, I'm glad Mama watched your kids for you while you went to work, because maybe if she wouldn't have watched your kids, then you wouldn't watch my son." And I'm like, this boy is talking and he have no idea of what the hell he talking about. Because how if you were forced to take care of all of your mom's kids and you didn't have a choice, you just had to do it. And then I'm living on my own and now I'm going to work and she got to pick my kids up from school or watch them, for a couple of hours or something like that. No, she in a situation is where how could she tell me no when I've been responsible for her kids all this time? So it was like she owed me that. But he was saying it as if like and I told him I say it doesn't matter whether she watched you all or not. Um but he don't even realize that at one point it's like telling him, you know, he didn't even realize that in the beginning because I told you it was the four boys. And me myself, I usually try to work during the hours that my kids be in school. But he didn't even realize that like at one point, um, my mom, the only child that she was interested in when I moved from out with her was the first one. The same one I'm telling you who she threw at 2 weeks old from one chair to the next chair. She didn't have any interest in the other kids, in my opinion. And I'm not saying that she didn't love them. I'm saying she wasn't trying to hang out with them or know none of that stuff. When she would come by my house or whatever, the oldest one would be like, "Oh, I want to go, Mom, can I go over with you?" And she would be like, "Yeah, come on, you can go." But then my other three kids would be there and they would be crying because they want to go with their grandma too. But then she'll be like, I ain't taking all them. And then when she said that the one time, I just had to break it down to her and tell her. I said, let me tell you something. And at the time, thinking about it, I'm getting food stamps, going when I was getting food stamps and everything, like I'm making sure I was getting so much. It's like, okay, let me go and do this right here. And I'm, and then just going back and think about it at the time, she with this thing that's married and she don't want to put him on child support, no none of that. So she over there struggling, but I'm giving her, I'm getting what I'm getting, and I'm providing for her household and everything over there. Whatever. Just that was just a thought that came up, but she will come. He come over. She say to them, no, I'm not. And y'all, right now, I'm not even in the chat right now. I'm gonna scroll up. I promise I get to y'all. Y'all comments, but she was like, oh, somebody else dog done got it. She was like, yeah, he can come on and go. And I just finally told her one day, and I was like, Mom, I said, I'm gonna have to tell you like this. I say, because these are all my kids. And they all want to go and spend time with you. And if you don't have the energy to take all of them with you, then all of them are going to have to stay home. And somebody might say, oh, you should have let him go with her, whatever. Nope. Um, no. So I even I even put a stop to that. And it didn't matter. You didn't have to get any of them at all. You can come by and see them or whatever, but it's not gonna be just like no one. I understand like if you want to go, if you're going somewhere and you about to take the kids, but you don't want to deal with like the younger ones or whatever, that's fine. But if he going over to your house and you can't take all of them, then you ain't gonna take none of them. So um my grandmother is the only thing there I miss. My grandma, and like that's another thing that I said is in a 15-year span, my grandmother passed away, which is um I always saw my grandma as like the best thing ever. But here lately in life, something inside of me is telling me in order for all of this stuff to have happened, it was like some stuff that I ain't know about my grandma that was happening before that I just don't know. And I'm kind of like the one that be go back and dig into the history of the family and all of that stuff. And yeah, it all be crazy to me. So, but my grandma was like that person that's there, and to know that I woke up this one morning and I'm sitting on the bed, got dressed for school and everything, and my grandma didn't say not one word. And usually she be up in the morning like, don't bounce around on the bed, like she was aching so bad, and didn't say nothing. I got right to school that morning, turned right back around, and then they came and picked me up from school because she had passed. But my grandma, my mama, and my son passed away in a 15-year span, three traumatic um passings in my life. Just bam, 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 bam. Just like right behind each other. So yeah. I don't blame you. It's a lot. I had to pull I had to pull my hair and my sister's. I think you probably meant to say I had to do yeah, I had to do. Ooh, my sister and them had like hair, like long hair when they was like 2 and 3 years old. I was responsible for all of that. Like in at 11 years old, I was walking my sister to Head Start and had to pick her back up, and it wasn't no short walk, and it was like on the side of a major road with the police station and everything. Well, the police station wasn't in that place at the time, but I had to walk back there with no sidewalks and everything. And I just knew that I wouldn't live to see the day if something had happened to my sister. But I was responsible for taking her to school and picking her up from school. And it was just like so many responsibilities was placed on me. I was forced to do some things. That yeah, we both don't have no edges. Thank God for the weeks. Okay. Hey, Gamma's World. You deserve a happy life. And I am really, really going after it right now. And it doesn't feel good because I never in a million years thought that I would be okay with um being by myself. But it's okay to be by yourself, especially when the people around you don't appreciate you anyways. Everybody around you treat you like shit. So, you know, what's the point in having the people when all you get is garbage? Nobody can give it to you but you. Amen to that. It is what you make it. You have figured it out. What you don't need to know, you have to get what you deserve. Um, uh-oh. Seneca got timed out. Okay. Our parents did that crap. My dad had his wife, my mother, and his work wife. And then got a neighbor. Whew, child. Let me tell you something. I watch my mama. This one night I know I was sitting over to my mama house, and actually this was during the time me and my husband had got into something. We lived like across the street from each other. So I had went over to my mama house, and I was sitting over there, just sitting on the sofa. And the man that she was messing around, the married man she was messing around with, it was a knock on the door like 2:30 in the morning. I was like, who knocking on the door at 2:30 in the morning? Me and my mama just like sitting up. We in the living room talking with the TV on and everything. It's this nigga come over there smiling and stuff. All happy. I guess he thought he was on. And I'm looking at him and I'm just like, he coming through the house and just like I just disdain for him. He coming through the house and smiling and there no say, oh, him and his wife done came into town and he done creeped over here to where my mama is while his wife over there asleep. But this was the first time that I saw my mama like something changed in her where she denied him. He came over there, and the next thing I knew, I heard because my sister had her bedroom was upstairs. The next thing I know, I heard something moving around upstairs. My sister done woke up. She's standing at the top of the stairs. And she was like, Daddy. She was so excited to see her daddy. But he wasn't studying her because he ain't come to see about no, he ain't come to see no kids, no none of that. He came over there to see what he could get from my mama. That's what he came to get, but he got denied on that night. So it's like I was glad I was able to see that point happen, that my mom had switched it up before she passed away and denied that joker or whatever. But I don't know. Um, I love that you are finding that you are happy. I can relate to you so much. Yeah, it's just like and this stuff right here has been happening. I wasn't talking about it. I was trying to find out um I was trying to find other things that happen which would cause me I would come on here cuz like I should be at a point is like I have videos on here what will have more than 1 million views. I have videos on here that have 4,000 views, 2,000 comments, and stuff like that. And I should be further along than I am. But no, I shouldn't. I am where I'm supposed to be. Because at that time, when all of this stuff was going on, I wasn't ready. I was ready to be real, but I was ready to be real with what I wanted to be real and honest with about. I was being real about it. I was just going on behind the scenes. And so what I would do is every time something was going on in my life that I didn't want to talk about on here, I would just disappear. I wouldn't come on here. Sometimes I would skip a month, 2 months, then come back and be here for a little while and then go away, come back again. And all I call that is like I was sabotaging myself. Um, and it is what it is. It's just exactly what I was doing. um, because I didn't want to share those things. And if I hit the live button, then I'm gonna talk about what um what's happening in my life. So it is what it is. I live my life on my own terms. Okay. I love it. Hi, Gemini. That sounds like that move. I'm sorry for your life growing up. Yeah, and I just think that all of the stuff that I did go through in life is the very things that's right now pushing me to okay, it's time now. You don't live life for everybody else. It's time to live your own life. So it is what it is. When you don't give them your energy anymore, they feel it and try to get it back by any means. And that's exactly what I feel right now. Is I feel like there's a little bit of confusion as like should I say something to her or should I not? And I'm just like I can feel like he wants the relationship, but he don't like the rejection that I'm giving out right now, whatever. And I'm just like, I don't care. It's just like for me, if I keep getting up every day and I see the same thing that been happening over and over again in other situations and everything, what do I want it for? I don't want it. I don't want it. Um Exactly. He can feel you're getting over it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Hey, I'm just here scrolling mindlessly on YouTube and wanted to say you are absolutely beautiful. You have an amazing rest of the day. Thank you, Aaron. Mhm. I'm so glad I left. I'm glad I don't have to give to anyone but me. Yep. And that's for me it's like I've been so used to catering to everybody my whole life. My whole life. Everything is about everybody else, nothing about me. I've always put myself on the back burner my whole entire life. And it's like now to like try and put myself in the front is like, Oh my God, it feels so selfish. Like I can have the same cell phone for 10 years. Screen can be cracked up and everything. And you don't even know how many times I done went to the store and I done bought even one year, I bought my husband a phone for $700 and he called that phone bogus. He told me this phone bogus is too big. So I'm like, okay. But I didn't get myself a phone. This man went and took the phone that I bought him, traded it back in, and bought him a phone for $1,000. And it's just like little stuff like that. But it's like if I buy you a gift, I can buy you gifts all day long. I can't tell you how many times things went by and I ain't get shit ever. There were times I wanted gifts and everything, and so it just got to a point where you don't never get nothing, so you stop expecting anything. Not that you don't want anything. I just started stop expecting anything, and so I never got anything, and so it's like weird. It's just one day you come out of the blue, and then there's like a rose or something like that. I don't even know how to react to that because like, and it's like now it's just like I've been so used to not getting nothing is I don't care nothing about this. Yeah, and it's like I condition my mind now to like, girl, you don't want that. You don't want that or whatever. So it's just like it's just crazy how like you start in this one place and then all of the other things that they come together to push you from out of that one place to push you forward or whatever. So it's just y'all making me think. Um Sorry, that's life altering. I'm here since hey Shalissa. I ain't see when I was talking about you earlier. I was attached to her hip. Y'all, yes, she was. and I and also too with those things that was happening with me getting in trouble about everything about my sister, at a certain point, it made me hate her. Be, but there also came a point when I realized she can't control. Even there's times that things happen where she tried to tell my mama that what she thought happened didn't happen. And my mom was the kind of person like, you calling me a liar? So then what is my sister supposed to do with that? She a little girl. I'm 9 years older than her. If I can't handle her, then what's she gonna do with it? So the best thing for her is to just let whatever happens and don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. She could never speak up and tell what the truth was. She was just like, and God knows I don't even remember what happened to her and during those times. But even on that one day when she threw the baby from one chair to the other chair, I don't remember what happened to my sister because I told you on that day she put my head through the wall on that same day. So, you know, my sister dare not be crazy enough to open her mouth and say nothing about um telling my mama that I didn't do. She couldn't defend me. She couldn't defend me. And then after you go through that for so long, and let me tell you something, and a lot of things was very scary for me because I grew up in the church. My grandma was an evangelist, and the one thing they repeat to you over and over again, what's the one Bible verse they used to tell us all, the children all the time? Children, honor thy mother and thy father, for your days will be long. Be long. Um, you don't know how that scripture kicked my ass to death. I would lay down and let my life be taken before I would defend myself. But I never knew that there was a scripture that came before that also said that parents do not anger your children. So for a long time, Because there is one time that I couldn't take it no more. I couldn't take the abuse anymore. And me and my mama went head to head, head to head. And for a long time, I lived by every year thinking, this gonna be the year I'm gonna die. Over and over again. That's how I look forward to it because I couldn't take the abuse no more. So, but it's like now, I don't too much worry about that. I also felt like my life, whatever was going on in my mama life, that was gonna happen to me. My mama was never married, so I felt like I was never gonna be married. It's like everything that I thought was not gonna be my life. It's like it was the opposite of what I thought it was gonna be. Thought I was never gonna be married. I got married. Um, I wanted a house. I thought I'd never get in the house. Second piece of property that we don't own. Um, I thought I was gonna pass away since my mama died. She was 42 years old. I feel like, oh, that's when I'm gonna pass away too. It's like everything that it was like my mama's life defined what my life was gonna be like. And that ain't what happened. It was my life has been different from hers. And I stand on I feel like um after my mama passed away, it was like then I was in this fight that was never supposed to be mine because now I'm fighting with the man who she decided to have this relationship with because I guess his wife felt like she couldn't exact revenge on my mama. So it's like, oh, I got her daughter now. And yeah, let's just say she ain't win. You can't win, child. You can't get in. You can't get out of the game. Yeah, she wasn't good. She was not gonna win. Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff. But all is those stories is here on YouTube. You probably got to scroll way long back, but they here. Yeah, go back to the stories where I'm telling about me raising my sisters and brothers and all of them. I was attached to her. You had to be an adult very early. Yes. At 11 years old, grow it up. Um Facts, now they call me. I miss you. You keep us together. I will go visit and soon as I see the shit show, I'm gone. That's me right there. And I'm telling you, I just even we the a couple months ago, not a couple more than a couple of months ago. Um y'all know I when I took the first train ride and I left, when I came back from there, I had went because we had another passing in the family. And while we was there and everything, it's just like I'm so tired of like being disappointed. And I was just like, yeah, this probably gonna be my last time coming back home to see any of you all because I feel like all of y'all is unalive to me. My cousin was like, damn, cuz, that's how you feel. That's how I feel right now. It's like time for me to like separate. It's like because everything I say, and they can know, everybody can be sitting there and they all know I'm telling the truth, but they'll all be acting like because they trying to be they want to stay friendly with this person over here, but they know I'm telling the truth. I'm being told that I'm lying. Um that ain't how I win and this and this and this. And then when you get behind the scene with everybody, then they want to talk to you and they want to tell you the truth. Yeah, I know it was like that right there, but I be trying to be friends with them. I'm like, fuck all that. I don't give a damn about you trying to be no friend with nobody. I'm talking about what the truth that happened right here with that right there. But yeah, that's how it is. So it's just like I'm tired of like dealing with a whole bunch of stuff. I used to be that one that I'm trying to do everything to keep the family together, bring us together and everything. And now it's just like I don't care if we don't never get together. Um, it is what it is. I wish it could be or whatever. And then in those times that we do get together, then if I bring my husband with me and I can be having the greatest of time, it's like he'll be there and he'll be trying to do anything to crush my smile, me being happy about anything. It's yeah, it just like I don't know, it's like I'm winning over here, but I'm losing over here. It don't never be a situation where I can have a win-win situation. But for me, like right now, it's like I was out in my garden yesterday, and I always tell y'all grow some food. Whatever I'm growing out in my garden, I try to attach it to what's happening in my life, so that like I can see a physical manifestation of the things happening in my life. I am telling you, my garden has been stuck, like not growing or anything. And I'm telling you, I went out there in the garden with y'all yesterday, talked to y'all through in the garden and everything. And when I went back out there today, when I tell you the stuff out in my garden today is like, it's almost like it just jumped. It like it was here, and when I walked out there this evening, it's like here now. So like I can see, and I'm telling you, I'm looking at that and I'm saying that's a direct manifestation of what's happening in my life. And I don't care what I see and what I don't see. I'm looking at my stuff the way that it's growing out there in my garden, and I know that I'm finna get ready to grow. And I think myself, 2025 is gonna be my year. I really do. Um, I'm glad you're getting it out. Yeah, I am. Did I want to come on here and do this? No, I don't think I would have ever mentioned my husband had it not been for that one morning when I came on here. I think I put that video. It's on under members only. I don't do a lot of stuff members only. I have to figure that out yet. Like I don't know what kind of stuff like to put over there, but it's on members only. It was like for him, it was like he didn't want me to say nothing to anybody else, but there's times that I've told him that when I can't, if I'm talking to you and I'm trying to tell you about how I feel about something and then you can't hear me, or you telling me that I'm lying, or you telling me the opposite of who I am, I'm going to go and talk to somebody else about it, because I needed to get it out. I need to get it out of me. And I've said it forever and a day. And then when I felt like y'all here on YouTube was more important than me, and I'm right here in your face, that did something to me. And I was just like, oh no. Today we gonna hit the live button and we gonna let it do whatever it do. Do I want it to be like that? Absolutely not. But it is what it is. I have high blood pressure from my family worrying. Okay, I did too. And let me tell you something. That and was diabetic. When I started throwing some of that stuff away, let me tell you, I started to lose weight, and I got it to a point where I asked my doctor, because I hate taking medicine, hate it with a passion. Started to lose weight. Um, Thanks to this company right here that helped me. I was, I don't know nothing about no shit right now what they doing, but I'm telling you, back in that day, it was a company that helped me just to get out, and I didn't really have to go to work or no nothing like that, but it helped me get out, move around, toting stuff. It's like shipped is shopping for people and everything. Started shopping for people, getting out, getting exercise and everything like that. I started losing weight. And then my doctor was like, your A1C levels have went down or whatever. And so I started talking to her about not having to take this medicine and everything. And she gave me the choice. She said, you know, I would say to you to keep taking it for X, Y, and Z. She said, but I'm gonna tell you this: you can make your own decision, and if you can keep your weight down, She said you will be able to do it. She said, but if you feel like you won't be able to keep going that way of losing weight, she said, then you should stay on the medicine. Honey, when she told me that, I was so happy to hear her say that it ain't take me no time. It's time for this medicine to be gone. And from that point, when I left there with her, I went from being 370 pounds to 300. I went down to 249 pounds, and right now I be fluctuating between 249 and 256. So voila, there you go. I've been able, and I don't do no stuff where I go out and like go to the gym and exercise and none of that. I find me something out here in the yard that I can do um on a regular basis. Not every day. I don't do nothing every day, but and I think too, when you get rid of some of the things that you mentally or emotionally going through in your life, those are things too that will keep your weight and your blood pressure up high. Got to take care of you. And it just is what it is. I still worry, but I know I have to keep moving on with my life. Amen to that. Got a call. I'll be back. All right, Gamma. It's okay. God will put you where you want to be. I'm on here too because I I rather talk to strangers. I have a story to tell. This app made me realize I'm not the only one that hasn't from the past. So thank you. You are very welcome, TT. TT, you got a page. I never even looked and seen, but I had to check you out if you do. Hey, Latasha, I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you very much. Happy holidays to you. It's time to stop and do you. Absolutely. You have to know your worth. I did the best you could. If it wasn't good enough, too bad. Let them see how hard it is without you. Hey, some people learning that the hard way. Right now, because I told you that relative that I was doing all of that stuff for, absolutely nothing. I bet you in a million years never thought that I would drop them or do, because of course you'll be saying stuff that you're gonna do or whatever, and then you never really do it. You make a lot of threats and stuff, and you never do it. Those people be paying attention to that stuff. She ain't gonna do nothing. She ain't gonna do shit. She gonna keep on doing the same thing until they mess around and find out one day. One of these days, I'm gonna get to that place. You're gonna get dropped, and I ain't gonna never pick you back up again. It's gonna be you and God by yourself. Probably where a lot of them need to be at. But no, everybody has a breaking point. I don't care how much stuff they done took. Everybody has a breaking point. I'm at my breaking point, and it's like just raking them off my plate. Um, and it is what it is. Hey, Silky Black, how you doing? Happy holidays to you. I thought about you. I thought about you. Actually, on Chris, but I never went. I put my phone down. I was actually going to inbox you. Um, and I didn't set my phone down and then go back to it. I got irritated later on that night. But happy holidays to you. We all have to know our worth, value how important we are, establishing boundaries and teaching others how we deserve. All right, you better come through, Twilight Gardner. That's it right there. We teach people how to treat us. I've been hearing that for a very long time. And then you having to realize that, okay, if you're saying that this okay for them to do this to you and them to do this to you, then just expect to get more of that. You're gonna get more and more of that thing that you don't like the way they treat you. You know, they saying stuff to you, or and this is one of the things that I used to do a lot. You can be doing something that's offending me, and I'm still sitting over there. And I started saying to myself, you have to get rid of that stupid smile that you keep smiling when you know your feelings is hurt. And then as soon as you get behind the person back, you like over in the corner bawling, crying or whatever. So I started saying, you have to make your face match what you feeling on the inside and get rid of that stupid smile that you smiling, making them think you're okay with what just happened to you. So I started to say it, and when I started to say it out loud, it made me start to live in it more and more. Um, Same thing is me fighting back my tears. I don't like crying in front of people or whatever. Not so much now. I don't care. I don't care about it. If you don't like crying, then it's a good thing that you probably hit that X and gone on to the next page over there. Cause sometimes we cry over here, and I'm not a person that encourage somebody not to cry. As a little girl, I was that little girl sitting in the corner, and that if you even tried crying, look at you sitting your stupid ass over there crying and say, what you crying for? Don't make no sense. You crying this and you crying that. So I grew up with the wrong knowledge of saying, um, if you cry, it make you weak. And I'm telling you, sometimes when you don't cry those tears that you holding on the inside of you will make you do some things that are very stupid. So yeah, I view that very different now. So um I find people rather call me crazy because they couldn't take the truth. My dad still tries to tell me he didn't put my mother in Creedmoor a psych ward for 9 years. TT, you got a whole bunch of things that I have in my situation, like with my daddy too. Me and my daddy don't have the greatest relationship, but I done already told y'all before that when it come down to I can never remember a time that my mama called him and asked him for something monetarily. He was always there. I feel like anything had to do with money, he was good at that. But when it came to like a real relationship or whatever, it was like, one of them parents, get out my face, get away from me. That's the kind of parent that he was. And the first time that my daddy and I was in a situation is I had rented these two Airbnbs over in Kissimmee, and I made sure that he had a spot. Him and his wife had a room and everything, and then me and my husband got into it at this point, and my daddy came right in and he jumped in on my husband's side, and all I could think in my mind is that I wrote my daddy a letter, like a 6 or 7 page letter, not just the front page, but front and back, talking to him about all of the things that happened to me in my life, all the people who had inappropriately touched me, all the graping, take the G off of it, um, that happened to me and everything. And he ain't never said nothing to me about that. But here me and my husband get into it, and you gonna come in and jump in on his side talking about cause you like him. Had to cut him off too. So it's just like it don't matter where you go. And I'm telling you right now, it's like since I cut like my daddy off and everything, it's like now that I don't want to have anything to do with him. Not that I don't love him or whatever, but I don't want anything to do with him. I don't need to talk to him. No, none of that. Now that I'm in that position, it's like the more I'm running away from people, the more it's like I'm gonna keep on calling. So like the phone calls just keep on coming, and it's just like, yeah, when are you gonna get the clue that I don't want it? I don't want it. It's like now it's like, yeah, let me move from that. I don't have to um let it happen too young. My mama used to sing Victim by Gandhi Station. I just love that song. I was determined I wasn't going to be a victim. I changed. I'm not the girl anymore. It hurts, but I had to choose me. Yes, ain't nothing like I'm gonna tell you a song when I started to feel some things that change in my life. To me a song, me, oh my God. Just even the thought of being selfish and having to choose myself was such a sad thing. And I could never see myself doing it. But I know it started with that song right there, just like I heard that song, and it just like um it was speaking some things to me, but I gotta go with me. I gotta go with me. Um, it's hard, but God will isolate you. And that's what I feel like right now. It's like in the beginning of this right here happening, it's just like, oh my God, I feel so alone and by myself and everything. But then when I go back and look at it, hell, you've been by yourself the whole time. You had people that was around you that was doing you wrong and dirty. So what difference do it make if you by yourself? You want to be by yourself and then yeah, be by yourself. I'm told to let go. It's not that easy. I left 3 years ago. I wasn't happy about the holiday season, but I made it through. Amen. It's because you're getting it out bad. Oh, excuse me. Getting it out bad, you will grow, and so will everything else on in your life. Yeah, I remember when I came back after I left the first time, I came back and I was like so heartbroken. It was like my kids was like different and everything. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like nothing is the same. And then I can remember um Miss Coffee was telling me, she was like, well, why would you, Shauna, everything is going to be different. Why would you come back looking for the same thing that you got the first time? And then she didn't know no whole bunch of information, only the things that I was saying to you all. But it's like I was came back and I was like thinking things were going to be different, just like that right there. And it's just like, so many things had unchanged. Like my kids was different and everything, and I ain't even sure about that because I almost felt like even in that situation, I told y'all before, I felt like my husband had said something to my kids, for them to give me that reaction, and I said, Lord, if that's not what happened, then forgive me for making that statement or whatever, but I'm willing to stand on that and say, I feel like he said something to them or whatever. Like, don't y'all start all of that jumping all over and all of that kind of stuff. But hey, ain't none of my ain't none of my rock to move. So it is what it is. My daughter and my son aren't talking to me. I'm hurting. However, I'm tired of them. They are grown. TT, I'm telling you, girl, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I'm telling you, that's on here too. Like one of my daughters told me that my grandchildren are no longer my grandchildren anymore. And you already know. Yes, it hurt, but let me tell you something. She done did it so many times. And it's like, honey, I was giving you relief and giving you a whole bunch of this, that, and the other. And and now I'm in a place of you keep you and your kids, and I still love my grandchildren, but I'm I don't raised enough kids in my lifetime. I'll be damned if I'm finna be around here crying behind nobody kids and stuff in that way. Absolutely love my grandkids. Would love to see them, but you don't even know that back in the days, like I've dealt with that too. People using their kids against me. Not in like those kinds of ways. Like I'm raising the kids, and because they know that like the situations and stuff that was going on in our family, and you taking the kids all of these different places where all this stuff can happen to them or whatever. So just like, okay, just bring the kids, let them be stable right here, leave them alone. Well, if you do X, Y, and Z, then I'm gonna take the kids from you and everything after I done had them for all of these years and everything. So those kind of manipulations and stuff like that, people would try and use that kind of stuff against me, and now I'm just like, that don't work no more. You keep you and your kids, and I'm gonna be just fine. I'm gonna be sad about it for a little bit, but ain't gonna be long. And I promise you, before I come running looking for you, you gonna need me before I need you. And I meant that. I told him that it's over the top to the disrespect from them is unacceptable. I'm not taking crap off of none of them. Good for you. It's the stress that causes and keeps the weight on. Yeah, absolutely. You gotta love yourself before loving anyone else. Thank you, poop bag. Poop bag. You trying to get me I I hear you poop bag. But you're right. You gotta love yourself before loving anyone else. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um I'm afraid, but I admire you and a couple of other bloggers. Yep. Thank you, T. Sherelle. Hey, Gamma, you back? My mom passed away. Oh my gosh. Silky Black, I'm so sorry to hear that. Y'all that's praying folks in here, y'all send some prayers towards Silky Black. And only if you want to. But I'm sure because no matter what it was that I went through with my mama, I'm telling you, that was a hurt that I had never experienced in life. Um, so prayers going up for you, Silky Black. I'm sorry to hear that. Show them better than you can tell them. I used to take the shirt off my back, feed the ones who couldn't feed themselves, save their houses, and put mine in jeopardy. TT, that's all of the things, all of those things. You be in a whole hole over here, and you steady over there trying to save them. That's me. That's me. You don't got the things that you need, but you giving them everything that they need. That is me. I know I was so happy I found your channel. I knew even when you didn't say it, I knew God led me here. Uh my dad told my husband, ooh, not to marry me. I was crazy and that he was the only. Mm-mm. Yeah, that's that kind of betrayal that I felt with my daddy. And my daddy came out and sought me out in the house to come and tell me, I think you should just do X, Y, and Z because I really like your husband and nothing. I don't give a damn who you like. I am your daughter and you ain't never stood up for me. I'm waiting on you to show up for me and you gonna stay here and you gonna tell me about how much you love your love my husband. Do you love me? I'm your daughter. But then left me a message the day before Christmas talking about some, girl, I've been trying to reach out to you forever and ever, and I ain't heard your voice in so long. And I'm just saying to myself, and it's gonna be a whole lot longer before you hear my voice again. And it just is what it is. And I'm telling you, I'm not angry. I'm not angry about anything. It's just I have been getting nothing by talking to these people. So if I ain't been getting nothing, I just been given, my bank account is empty. If you in any relationship and all you got is somebody that's taking away from you, pretty soon you gonna come up with an insufficient fund. And that's where I am right now. I think somebody said I'm emotionally bankrupt. I am emotionally bankrupt. I got insufficient funds. I don't got anything else to give to any of these people. So um and because I'm not exactly sure where I am, I don't want to go around them. I don't want to talk to them to make sure that they don't withdraw anything else because I know I will write a check that I can't cash for them. I overdraft my account for them. So the best thing for me right now is not to talk to those people, and it just is what it is. Yeah, it's a shame how family will sabotage you. Yes, absolutely, they will. In my experience, my family has been the worst at it. There is strangers that have come into my life and given me more um than what I've gotten from my family, and that's facts. I haven't seen my granddaughter since September. She's 8 and told me oh Lord. That's this generation right now. It's like with the whole BBL thing. Hey Terrence, how you doing? Thank you very much. How are you doing? um a BBL. Lord have mercy on everything. I'm telling you, it's some people that I've seen. Now, you know, people say like you got the fupa, right? um, I had 9 children, and that ain't the only kids that I had. I actually done had um I done had been in I done had those, you know, those things that start with the A. I don't know if you can say it on here, but I've had 2 of those. I'm not happy about them, but I'm telling you that I have done it before. And I've had 6 miscarriages, I think, and nine live births, and raised 14 children. Y'all can make that make sense. Now, I've thought about it in my life because I got the belly flap. Like it's like everything else go. I got the arm fat that's right here that, you know, once you start losing weight, then it gets saggy, whatever. I ain't thinking about none of that. But this right here, like this flap at the bottom of my stomach, I want it to go. But one thing I don't want is a BBL. Now I done seen a couple of people with my own eyes, and it's just something that's so weird. It looks strange to me when you used to walk around. It's almost like that. The little pudge of your stomach almost like give your body character or something. I don't know. But then when I look at them, and then it's like they stomach is real flat. I keep looking at them, and it's like, to me, it's like, dang, something is so weird about them right now, but I can't put my finger on it. And you just looking and you looking and look. Just for me, like, yeah, no. And it's a shame that these little kids are already even have that, like, in they mind that that's the thing. That's the thing to do. Go and get you uh a BBL, wipe out all of your real teeth and put some fake ones in there or whatever. Yeah, I don't I just don't know. Mm-mm. I'm so sorry she even think I'm good. I heard it was jealousy, um but for what? For streets? Yeah, I don't know what it is. I always felt like I've never had anything um for anybody to be jealous of. I don't even know. I don't even know. But that's what I always felt like. I'm fine running around in the heat and spending all my money all on yourself. Huh? Yeah. You all hit the like button, please. Y'all heard what my sister said, please and thank you. um, that's who's gonna turn you in, family. Every time, every single time, and talk crap about you. And let me tell you something. Once I got to a place of where, like, I ain't studying them. I don't want it no more. It's like everybody's heart is so broken. I'm like, you don't even like me. It's like all of a sudden, like your heart is broken now that I don't want to talk to you no more. I don't have anything to say. Like, you don't even like me. So what is the point? What is the point? I set you free. You didn't like me in the first place. Go ahead on and fly, birdie. But it's like, no, everybody get all mad and up in their feelings when you decide to walk away. The one that every time you turn around, Shauna this and Shauna that and Shauna this and Shauna that. Shauna know how to do this. Shauna will do it. Shauna will do it, and you dang on skipping. Um, and like I done heard a couple of other people acknowledge, I have a takeover spirit. Not one of those takeover spirits where I just want to come in and I just start taking over stuff. You know, if people know that like you're knowledgeable in that area, um, they kind of like present it to you, and then they let me give it to her and let me add her in on it. And then once I add her in, she'll go ahead and finish. And the next thing you know, you the one doing it all by yourself. And then it's like once I get into it, it's like I'm in it and I just continue to do it. I found myself in that position so many times, which is how I ended up taking care of the family member. That takeover spirit. Done got in there. Oh, I'll do it because I know ain't nobody else in the family gonna do it. Then I get in there and do it, and then it all goes left. Um, that family member did everything to me except for bent over and pat themselves on the behind and told me to kiss it. And those are facts. Did everything except for bend over and pat it on the butt and tell me to kiss they behind. So, I don't want to take over spirit no more. I'm gonna let you do it all by yourself. Now, do I mind giving a suggestion or answering a question that they have? I'm gonna answer the question that you have, and that's all I'm gonna do. And I ain't volunteering no other information. It is what it is. That's who's gonna turn you in is the family. That's right. What it says, Sarita Gamble. Amen to that. They gonna turn on you every time. I'm telling you right now. In a file down at CPS somewhere, my family is probably responsible for 100 of those phone calls of calling CPS on me before. And it was a total of 152 phone calls. I think it was 152 or 155 phone calls. And ain't not one of them work, but nonetheless, it happened. Sorry for your loss, Silky Black. I pray God wrap his arms around you in this time of peace. Amen to that. Um, yeah, everybody, like I said, that knows y'all. Extend your hand to Silky Black. My family has told two guys not to marry me. Man, please. Ain't that crazy? And seem like if they felt that way, they ought to be glad for somebody to marry you and take you off of their hands since they feel like you such a bad person. I just don't that don't even make sense. Don't even make sense. Don't marry them and be behind your back. Yeah, that's what you call that. That's that low key jealousy. And actually that ain't even low key jealousy. That's just flat out jealous right there. Just flat out. But yeah, they never said anything about my sister marrying a man 40 plus years old. Ain't have nothing to say. He must have had some dollars or something. You are so pretty. You can put on Nene by Wookie saying what is that? Thank you. Well, Sarita, why would they do that? Yes, nothing like family to mistreat you. I'm glad to hear you doing very well, Terrence. It's good to see you. You had me over there laughing too. You know, I be over there watching all your videos. I don't say nothing all the time, but you be having me over there cracking up. It was one of them that you I'm gonna go back to it and I'm gonna say something up under that video so you're gonna know which one that I'm talking about. I'm doing better today. I had a great morning yesterday, and then the night kind of went downhill, but um, it's all good. It is what it is. Write my number down right quick and then delete it on your end. Yeah, y'all in the chat or whatever, y'all write Seneca Bradley's phone number down, and then Y'all can delete it out of the chat and then whatever right then. But I don't even got no pencil and paper. I'm good. I already told you. I ain't looking for nobody. Don't want nobody. And actually, at this time right now, I'm married, and I don't want what I got right now. Not saying that I don't want my husband. I don't want who my husband represents right now. And so I damn sure don't want damn other one. No, thank you. So any takers in the chat, y'all go ahead and hook it up with Seneca. They say they 6 feet tall with brown eyes, 44, and no children. I got a good memory. But I'm I'm not a taker. Her mother thought it was fine. Um, I told her, come get her from And those ones, oh, that's another one right there. Those ones that be threatening about they gonna come and get them, honey child, they ain't coming to get shit. They ain't coming to get nothing. It's just something that they be saying they be using manipulation to make you move the way that they want you to move and all of this stuff. Child, they ain't coming to get them. Be lying. And cause they don't want them they own self. Yes, I have, Terrence, a whole bunch. A whole lot. It's funny they only have one kid and no stomach and can't get a man. Nonetheless, a husband. Okay. 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 Child, please. And then I'll call you jealous. We ain't gonna even talk about that one right there, because we have some people that don't got nothing but be calling the ones around them jealous. Of what? Of what? There's nothing to be jealous. And sometimes you be in these situations and everything, and you be like, oh, I want to be this and I want to be that. Do you know what you asking for? Do you know what you asking for? Are you ready for that? Because some people just think marriage is like the most glamorous thing ever. And it's not. It's work. It's a lot of work. A lot. A lot of compromising. Who? Be careful of what you ask for and know you're ready for it when it comes. I assisted on 2 tummy tucks today at work. Listen, he gonna come through it. He assisted with 2. Yeah, it's something about that right there. It's like I want to. It's like everything else lost and everything. I remember one time my niece was like, "You and them little tiny legs you got now going on and everything." Yeah, I'm okay with the legs going and everything, but I want this stomach to go somewhere. But I do not want no tummy tuck or no nothing. So, because it's something about that to me is like it. To me, it's like the stomach goes flat, but it make it look like you hunched over like this right here or something. I don't know. In the experience with the people that I've seen that have had one, it's like if they had that little pudge, it almost make them look like they back humped over or something afterwards. I don't know. Just I ain't with the surgery thing anyways. Like no, if I gotta walk around with my fupa, it tell a story. This piece right here belonged to my first baby. This piece right here belonged to my second baby. It's like this little piggy. This little piggy went to the market. This little piggy round. Honey child, we're gonna keep all of those sections. If it don't go away naturally, then it just ain't gonna happen. I can't see myself laying on nobody's table to get, and then and the way you done seen them, like they be that little Terrence, what you call that thing where they be the thing what they be going in like that right there. I ain't never wanted to be stabbed before. Not like that. Not like that. Yeah, it's the devil. Yes, Gamma, it was so much fun. I've been in on a lot of those cases. Oh Lord. Do they be doing that thing where they do all of them with the little thing where they be Would it be sucking the fat from out of there? I guess like contouring or something like that. I don't know. I just be don't watch the videos and stuff sometimes. Um, that part. Happy holidays to everyone. Yes, happy holidays. So I'm doing good today. That's good. Um, people are jealous of the light within you. Oh, and that's something I done heard people say a whole bunch of times about me. And it's sometimes I guess it's like that. Sometimes people can see your light and you don't even see your own light. You don't know. I don't know how many times that I've heard people say, there's like this light that's around you, and I'm turning around looking behind me, and I'm like, um, I don't see it. Like where's I've been told that several times in my life. But yeah, never never like really noticed it. Not saying now, like I know there's something about me. Um and before it's like when you ain't used to getting compliments and stuff, it's like I'm one of those ones. I get a compliment and I'd rather you not give me a compliment. I really don't want to hear it. I'm not good at accepting compliments. And then people started saying to me, no, when somebody give you a compliment, just learn to say thank you and then don't say anything else after that. Like there's people that notice, like you have a bad habit of doing that. Somebody give you a compliment and you shoot it down. So when I see things, it's like I learned to I learned to like say, and even at one time, if Terrence, you still in here, one time you had came in and you had said you gave me a compliment. I made a whole video about that. It's like I was having a hard time with accepting the compliment that you had gave me. And I was like, I don't know why this is so hard for me. But when you come from a place where ain't nobody, you ain't getting none of that. Nobody want complimenting you about nothing, no matter what good grades you made or no nothing. Everything was all bad. You a hoe. You this and you that, and ain't nothing good about you. So if that's what you grew up listening to and believing, then it's hard when the table is starting, when the table is turning. Um, they want the light for themselves, but their hate and jealousy blocks keeps their light from igniting. And I know when I made one of the statements I made, I got a phone call um from my uncle that had no clue of anything that was happening here because he lives way over in Amsterdam. He don't know nothing that's going on over here, and he called me and just said to me, "Leave them behind." And oh my God, I you don't know how guilty I felt about telling my cousin that that was the last time that I was gonna come and visit any of them because they unalive to me. It's like I'm through with it. For him to say that to me and he had no idea like what was going on with our family and everything, it was like confirmation that that's what I'm supposed to be doing, because what I keep trying to do is share my light with them, and then they is like they keep turning the light down, dimming my light. So it's like so from now on it's like if you want to sit in the dark, then I don't strike the light of the to keep trying to keep you in the light instead in the dark. So yes, I'm 196, had 3 kids. My youngest is 21. I'm good. I'm not doing that. I was overhurt, but I let it go. Mhm. Um, ooh, they be loving them. They be loving them pastors. And that's what that. Let me tell you something about them pastors or whatever. Uh, when I was going to a church, I know my pastor asked me one time, did I forgive somebody for what they did to me in the church, and I can remember telling him. What he didn't know though was at the time when he was asking me, do I forgive them? I was sitting there praying and asking God to tell the pastor to ask me, do I forgive her? I say, Lord, as the pastor was standing there praying, I say, now Lord, when he finished praying, I want you to have him to ask me, do I forgive her? I want him to. And as soon as he stopped praying, he turned around and he say, now do you forgive her? I said, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I said it with all confidence because I meant what I said. No, I don't forgive her right now because I know she's lying. It's just like I've been in so many situations at that point, but like I was willing to speak it out. But I done been in so many situations in my life. It's just like crazy, crazy, crazy. Just um I thought Cena was I thought Seneca was a girl. I did too. I did too. And I still don't know. I just didn't even ask the question because 6'1" with light brown eyes and 44 with no kids can that be whatever. But strictly dickly. Period. And I'm married. Whether happy or not. I'm married. So it can't be me. um when you serve people, it's automatic. None of my sisters never even married and pretend to be, and nobody says anything. Woo! Pretend, pretend, pretend. You have overcome so much. Yeah, man. I'm still, it's like when you overcome things, it's levels to it. Sometimes you think like you get something in this area right here. And yes, you can have it at a certain level, but do you ever realize it's another level um to the things that you've gone through? There's like levels to it. It's like I always explain it to my sisters and them like this right here. It's like, say you go into something and it's like you in kindergarten when you in that thing and you get it at that level, but you don't know that like it's coming back again, and there's another area for it. So it's like kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade. There's levels to it. And if you live long enough, you will know that those situations be coming back, and they be coming back in different ways every time, but it still pertains to that same situation. So in that way, I mean, like there's levels to these situations. So some of these situations that I think that I have overcome and I've gotten over it and everything, they ain't complete just yet. So I still be going through them like a little bit, and then um, but I'm sure getting there. I'm sure getting there. I want the stomach gone, but I'm not having surgery. I know that's right. I can't listen. I be running from the surgeon. Like I be on the run. The surgeon have to run me down when I need some surgery about something. Cause I remember one time I had never had surgery before, but when I needed my gallbladder removed for like 15 years. And I can't tell you how many attacks that I had. Ooh, that had me crying on my knees. And I still would not do it. But then I was faced with a situation that I had to have an emergency C-section. And it was my first surgery. And so once I was faced with that emergency C-section, I always held it to everything. And I was like, well, if I could do this right here, then it can't be worse than that. So I was like, I done had my whole stomach opened up and everything. So I know um they doing the gallbladder with the little straws or whatever. And I'm like, it can't be worse than the C-section. So let me go ahead and schedule this surgery and get it on out the way. And so that's just how I kind of put things into perspective. Y'all see the Christmas car outside out the window? Y'all see that car lit up out there with the Christmas lights all on it? But yeah, I just that thing, me having the emergency surgery is what put it in perspective. Okay, go ahead and get this done because it can't be worse than this. It means you have something that draws people to you. The light is automatic when serving. You accept the kindness from others. Yep. So I know I done talked y'all ear off for the day, and I didn't even think I had much of anything to say. But I always appreciate y'all coming through and talking with me, because sometimes I just need to talk and vent to some people, and say some things. And I always, at the end of all of my videos, when I don't be angry on here, I always encourage people to grow. If you shop over in the fresh section, the fresh section over there, like where you get your apples and stuff like that, there are so many things over there that you can take and grow your own self at your old house. I'm a living witness. I got a whole bunch of stuff out in my yard that I done took from the grocery store. If you ain't never did anything else, you got some black eyed peas or some lima beans or something in there in your cabinet, you can take, instead of going to the store and buy them, go and take about 20 of them beans from out of there and go stick them down in the ground in your own yard and grow your own black eyed peas. Whatever. Grow something. And I'm telling you, there's nothing like eating the stuff that you grow your own self. It's so exciting and it's so rewarding. But there are so many things. There's simple things out there. You go and buy a stalk of celery. If you love celery all the time, take that stalk and sit it down in some water, let it sprout the roots back out, and go back out there and plant it so it can grow more celery. So the next time you ain't got to go and buy it from the store. You can continue to grow that celery. Okay? Your cabbages. Y'all just, if you go to the end of any of my videos, you will hear me always talk about grow something. Grow something. You're gonna need it. You can't sit around here and depend on these grocery stores and everything like that. Don't be around here and be like Noah. Everybody was laughing at Noah and talking about him out there building that boat looking like a fool. And then when that water came, everybody wanted to jump on Noah's ship. I'm here to tell you, people around here telling you to grow your own food and everything, and you think you're gonna be jumping across their fence stealing their food. When they come, and they gonna have those things to knock you back down, like the what they be calling whack-a-mole. Whack your ass right back over that fence. Grow something yourself. It's so rewarding. But I'm just telling you, giving you the easier way, that you don't have to go to the store and buy seeds and stuff. A lot of those things, you already have access to them already. Put them to use. Don't go to the store and buy you a pineapple and then you throw the whole thing in the garbage can. You take that top that's on that pineapple and go out there and stick it in the ground somewhere, and it'll grow out there like an aloe plant. You ain't got to do much or nothing to it. Mess around and look around, and you'll have another pineapple growing on the top of it. But look into the things you get from over out of the fresh section. You go into the grocery store and you buying tomatoes and stuff. You eat salads and stuff all the time. Stop going to the store, keep buying tomatoes over again. Tomatoes is the easiest thing. You can go rake some of them seeds on the ground and regrow it again. Easy. Very, very easy. Get into growing some stuff. And one thing about me over here, if you got something that you got from over the fresh vegetable section and everything, I got peach trees, apple trees, pomegranate trees, all things that I grew from stuff that I got from out of the grocery store. If you have any questions and stuff about those kinds of things, I will tell you how you can go and do it. Or I will tell you how I was able to do it. If I can help you out with those things, I'm more than happy to give you the information about doing those things. I'm not no pro about it. I just be trying any and everything. And then what another thing is I have my own y'all know a dozen of eggs in the grocery store right now is $4. Um, and that's just for some old regular smuggler eggs where the people ain't really doing no work but pouring food, the what you call it, feed in there. You don't know what they feed those chickens, what you getting out of those eggs or whatever. But anyways, I got my own chicken out there, and then went out the other day, done went around and shored up everything on my chicken pens and everything. And then still, this old crafty ass raccoon done figured out another way to get in there, and he got another one of my chickens. So in the last 2 weeks, I have lost a total of 9 chickens. And it's so frustrating. Um, but sometimes you got to lose to win. Maybe I need to crank up the old incubator and get me some more to going. But anyways, I don't went out there and me and my daughter done fixed that situation again, and I done looked the pen over and over and over. There's four of them out there, four pens out there. So I done went out there and looked it over and over again to make sure there's no other way for them to get out, because that really makes me sad for my chickens. Like I done raised them up and fed them and all of that. And yes, it comes a time when we're going to um use them for us eating and everything, but that's not the way that I expected them to go, some predator coming in and doing something like that to them. But anyways, y'all, grow y'all some stuff. Thank you all for coming over here with Life with Tashanna, where life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get ever. And we are also called the high class gardeners. And that just means over here, we don't play around with no snakes, no bugs, and no worms. And now they say, now, Shauna, how you a gardener? And you don't mess with no snakes, no bugs, and no worms. You heard what I said. I don't mess around with none of that stuff. I just grow food. If I see a worm, if I ain't got no long shovel to dig him up with a long shovel so he at least about 4 or 5 feet away from me, I ain't messing with it. I'm just scary about those type of things like that. But if you pick one of them up and try to throw it on me, you guaranteed to get you a good old fight if you even try. But yeah, we don't play around with those kinds of things over here, and we don't play around with those things in real life. I already told y'all the things that I grow in my garden is a direct manifestation to the way my life is growing. And when I see something going wrong in my life, see, that's another thing. See, I'm starting to talk again. Because at one point, snakes start to show up in my garden like every other day. The videos are here. Y'all can see me jumping across stuff, running from one of them in my shorts where I'm running from the thing, running one was right next to my foot. It was a point that like every day I went out in my garden, there's a snake that I'm running from. So I don't really know what that means, but I don't mess around with those kinds of things. And then stuff started to happen in my life. So but anyways, I'm still saying, y'all grow some food, get your own stuff. And yes, this stuff can sometimes be expensive. You can pick and choose what you want to do. But ain't nothing better than knowing where your food has been and what it done been through. One thing about it, these people at these stores, you don't know where your food done been, what all they done been through. Y'all know somebody was in the store, and y'all can look it up. Do y'all know it was a boy that was in the store that was in there spraying bug spray on the produce in the store? How many people went through and picked that stuff up? And it was inside of a Walmart. How many people went through and picked that stuff up that he had went in there and sprayed with bug spray before before they caught what he was in there doing to the stuff in the store? So um don't be afraid to like grow your stuff. And people like to say it's hard work to do it. No, it's not hard work, because let me tell you something. It's There's an excitement about going out in your garden to grow something. And once your stuff start growing, it like sparks something in you. And I'm telling you, when you have negative energy going on inside of yourself, it's something about going outside and being able to lay your hands on the earth, that it's almost like it's just like it draws the negativity from out of you. So if you've never tried growing anything before, I ain't telling you to jump out there and do nothing. I'm telling you about the regular smuggler stuff you going by. You buy cucumbers from the store. Cucumbers have seeds in them. Tomatoes have seeds in them. If you buy a lettuce that still got the little stalk thing on the bottom of it, you can sit it in water. That stuff will regrow and everything. You get the little green onions and stuff from the store. I can go on and on all day. If you have questions about any of that, you can find any of my videos, make a comment up under it. If nothing else sparks me, go in my comment and talk to me about growing something. How can I grow X, Y, Z? Honey, I'll make you a whole video because I get excited when people um, want to grow. And that's growing in real life and growing out in the garden. So y'all go ahead and do y'all thing and grow something. Get excited about it. Nothing more rewarding than getting your own things and feeding your family with those things. All right, y'all. I done been on here with y'all for it'll be 2.5 hours if I keep on running my mouth because I'm gonna talk. But y'all enjoy the rest of y'all holiday weekend. And remember to grow something. See y'all next time.